grade. How are we today? Good. Tired. Yeah, me too. So today, our lesson is called I'm Not a Gingerbread Man. So we are going to be talking about voice and persuasion. So voice is our element of writing that we're going to be talking about, and everyone has their own unique voice. So whenever you're talking to your friend, even if your friend is turned around, they know it's you just whenever they hear you. And it's kind of the same in writing. Whenever we're writing, people can tell that it's our writing because it'll sound like us. And voice is what we use to communicate how we're feeling. So the author can use certain words that make them sound happy or sad or excited or bored. And so we are going to be using this element in our writing today. And then we're also going to persuade other people. So whenever we persuade someone, we have our own idea, and like if I'm trying to persuade you, I have an idea and I want to convince you that my idea is right. So first I have to tell you what my idea is so that way you know what I'm thinking. And then I have to tell you reasons why my idea is right. Because if I just tell you winter is the best month, you're like, okay, well that's cool that you think that, but I don't think that. I think summer's the best. But if I tell you winter is the best month because it has Christmas and you can go look at Christmas lights and you can drink hot chocolate and it's cozy, then you're more likely to think, oh, maybe winter is the best. So we're going to use those two things in our assignment today. And so this is an example of what we'll be doing. We are going to get gingerbread men. So each of you guys will have your own little gingerbread man or girl, whatever you want it to be. And you are going to try to persuade me on why you are not a gingerbread man. Because gingerbread men get eaten. And our gingerbread men do not want to get eaten. They want to survive. So what we're going to do is kind of similar to this. These are from a different first grade class. But this guy right here, he said, I'm not a gingerbread man. I'm a ninja-bread man. I am dangerous. I am a spy. I am strong. I am small. I blend in with the shadows. If you eat me, you will die. So that was his persuasion. And then this one says, I'm not a gingerbread man, I'm an elf. If you eat me, I'll lose my magic. Then Santa won't give you presents. I don't want that to happen. Do you? I don't think so. Neither would your brother. Your mom would be mad. They're trying to convince us why they should not be eaten. And how many of you guys would eat these gingerbread men after reading? Yeah, because we don't want Santa to not bring us presents. And this guy's dangerous, so we should probably stay away from him. What we're going to do is I'm going to walk around and give you guys each a gingerbread man and a word bubble. And so first you can color your gingerbread man, and then you can write about why people should stay away from him. It can be as dramatic as this, or it can be really nice. You can try to be really nice and talk other people into staying away because you're just so sweet. But kind of use your own voice. So whatever your personality is, try to let that come through in your gingerbread man. So I'm going to start these here. You can take some colors and pass them in. While you guys are working on coloring your gingerbread men, I'm going to read this book about the gingerbread girl, because we're all girls in here, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of see a different version of our classic gingerbread man story. And so we're gonna read this and see if we can see any differences in her voice versus the other gingerbread man book that we read earlier. This is The Gingerbread Girl by Lisa Campbell Ernst. the sad story of the gingerbread boy. He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox, pretending to help him cross a river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. A full year had passed since the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. But what if the same thing happens, cried the old woman. I couldn't bear the loss. Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away, answered the man. So they mixed up the dough and rolled it and cut it out. They dressed it up with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. She is sweet, gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watched by an oven, they talked, remembering their gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up and she heard everything. Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked the oven door to peek. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread girl, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, Stop! Stop! And the little old man came running. But the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. Here we go, whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang, I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh baked gingerbread caught their attention. Wait, the hungry farmers shouted and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and called, Hey farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Farther down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him singing, I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. The story will not end like that of my brothers. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Down the path, she came upon an artist, a masterpiece good enough to eat, the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past laughing. I'll outrun this artist like I outran a pig. I am one smart cookie, despite this wild wig. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Farther along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk. But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind. Listening to the gingerbread girl call, Chase if you want, I'm faster than you. Although you have 4 feet and I've only 2. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm a gingerbread girl. Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, You're joining the chase, the more the merrier, but no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Now down the path, ran right past a school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of cookie were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she said, I know it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl. Finally, the gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but the same devious fox? Hello, my pretty, crooned the fox. I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you cross the river. Just jump onto my tail. The gingerbread girl shivered and sang in a nearly whisper. Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me. That's all I implore. The fox chuckled. I promise, my sweet little tidbit. And the gingerbread girl gingerly climbed on the fox's tail. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. Ooh, the water is so deep. Move to my back, insisted the fox, thinking this cute cookie was even dumber than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was an airhead. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. That's a good little girl, said the fox with a snicker. Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head. Do you guys think she's gonna let him eat her?
No.
No? Okay, let's see. No sooner had he spoken those words than the gingerbread girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple-looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitch knot. You're right, she whispered in the fox's ear. I am good. The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about, but the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back towards the crowd. Riding the fox like a bucking bronco, the gingerbread girl whizzed past, singing, He'll run and he'll run with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me, I'm the gingerbread girl. The awestruck crowd followed all the way back to the lonely old woman in the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, she secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and she measured and whipped with a leap and a twirl, singing, I'll bake you some more, I'm the gingerbread girl. The old woman and old man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy household to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what of the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox, I'm the gingerbread girl. So she survived. She had a different voice than her brother because she was a different person. So how are your cookies coming along? If you're still coloring, you can take a quick break and write a couple of sentences about who your cookie is and why we should eat it.
You're actually.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh.